Alright, check it out, guys. We are outside with the touchpad, the navigator, and the controller, and we are going to give you a little front view of this. Again, essentially, it's just a flying camera. Flying camera to arms. You hold this, turn it on, you'll see the lights go around, they start blinking. You turn your controller on, and you will throttle up and down. Your lights will go steady, as you can see on the right, and then you hold this stick to the right. That's going to calibrate the gyroscope in there. Once they go steady again, you know you've done that properly. Now we're going to tap into the Wi-Fi camera that is emitting Wi-Fi, and what you need to do is you need to go into whatever touchpad you're using, cell phone, and go into your Wi-Fi settings, get off your home network, and log on to this Wi-Fi network. Go ahead and click it. It'll say connecting, it'll say checking internet service, and eventually it will say internet service not working properly. Don't worry about that. Once it says that, go ahead and get out of there, and then you're going to want to go into your app. And we're clicking on the app here, and this is learning. This is me right now showing you exactly what happened with me, so you're not confused. This is the wrong thing to click. I clicked it twice before I figured out what I was supposed to click. So as you can see, we have a white screen. That's probably something if you're connected to the internet, go into the app and click it, and you can explore the UDI series or whatever, because that's kind of what it says on there. And I'm looking around on this app interface, and that really looks like the thing I should be clicking. So guess what? We are going to click it again. And we're actually going to give it a little bit of time here, because generally with some of the Wi-Fi drones, you'll have an app like this where you gotta wait for it to sync and then wait for the video to come, and I don't think the video is coming on this. So we've gone ahead and went back. We're looking at the app, and I think bam, right there, right below it, there's a section to click, and as you can see, the drone itself is seeing the ground. You can see what the drone sees, and now we are connected. So up here is going to show you, bam, there's an SD card in the drone. It is a SD card capable drone. It's not just straight Wi-Fi to the pad, so you definitely get better picture pulling off the SD card. And then as you can see, we're twisting around, and the image on the touchpad is twisting around. We're going to go ahead and click this. This is the record button, and if you notice down low, lower left, you'll see numbers counting down. That lets you know that you're recording, which is cool. We're just going to set this here. I don't suggest you setting a touchpad in the street. That's my property. Nobody's going to run it over. The reason I have the touchpad out is much larger. I'm not flying with FPV, and it also would not fit in the controller's clamp. The controller's clamp's meant for a cell phone, not a large touchpad. And right away, I noticed that this thing is very smooth. The altitude hold seems to be maintaining, and this thing's not jumping all around. It like super smooth. Look at this. It's drifting backwards, but the altitude hold's maintaining. So the altitude hold works really well, and again, I have a super smooth feel from this. So with that being said, and this not being like super duper fast out of the box, I'm gonna say they definitely meant for this to be a camera quad. Obviously, so we're just looking at it, it's a camera with arms and propellers, but sometimes you get the opposite. Sometimes you get a camera, arms, propellers, and it's more of a sport flyer than a camera quad. I think this, all in all, is definitely made to be a camera quad because of how smooth it is. If this thing was zipping a lot faster than what it would be right now, I'd say this was more geared to a sports flyer than a camera quad. But again, this thing I'm definitely going to chalk up to a camera quad. We're going to go ahead and put this up in the sky in a minute here to test the range. And we're going to get over here. Always fly safe. I had power lines above me. You don't want to do a range climb with power lines above you. So we've kind of walked out away from this, and we're going to take this up in the sky right now. So definitely fly safe, guys. Just buzzing around here once more. Bam! Nice responsiveness. Alright, here we go. We're going to do an altitude climb. And again, be safe when you're doing this. I am in a residential neighborhood, but I am on my side of the street. There are no houses on my side of the street, and the wind is slightly blowing towards my house. So if this thing goes out of whack, it should blow back towards myself and not on anybody else's property. And that's some pretty good range from a small drone. We're going to go ahead and show you what the drone sees right now. It is a 720p camera. It's stated to be HD, and that's pretty nice. Don't mind the right corner. The sun's over there. The sun's setting, so that's kind of taken away from it a little. That's why you have that little haze in the right corner. But look how smooth this is. There is absolutely no jello to be spoken of, and yeah, super smooth flyer. If you were to canvas a building with this, if that's what you were doing, or just go for aerial shots like this in the proper time of day, which the proper time of day is anywhere from like I'm gonna say like 10:30 to 2:30, when the sun's kind of like at top point where it's not like at the bottom of each axis where it's going to be blinding the camera or off-putting hard shadows or casting extreme brightness. This is probably going to be a dope drone. As you can see on the houses, we have extreme shadows to the left of them, we have extreme brightness to the right. That's what you get towards the end of the day when the sun is setting. And there's me down there. So yeah, range is good. The rest of this video is basically a time trial here, just to show you how long it's going to last. Also flyability, I'm going to fly it a little bit more. We're not going to jack it up too high anymore. Definitely want to give you a good feel for how this thing flies. And again, it does have a little bit of speed. It's not going to break any speed records, but bam, see that? I'm able to zip right past my face. Responsiveness on this is good. I'm liking it. Plain and simple, I'm liking it. And what I do with any type of camera drone that's recording to an SD card, halfway through the flight, a quarter way through the flight, I generally set it down, which we're going to go ahead and set this down with the button. One button touch landing. Bam, that worked properly. It didn't come down too hard. It was a nice soft landing. Again, the reason we're setting that down is so I could stop recording. That way I know my SD card has something on it. Stop. And then we're going to start recording again. That way, again, some drones, as you're recording, if it goes in a low battery, there's no way for you, and bam, auto takeoff. Some drones, if you go to low voltage zone, there is no way to turn off the camera, and then you lose everything. I don't know how this is going to operate. I don't know if it's going to go into that low voltage zone and not allow me to turn off the camera. So again, that's playing it safe with your camera. If you've traveled far, if you have an epic shoot that you're looking to do, if you have a building in canvas, if you're really looking forward to your footage, I suggest you save. It's like the old computers that used to crash. If you didn't save your text document and you got like 20 pages written and your computer crashes and you didn't save partially through, well, all your work's done and gone. And bam, we came down too hot. So I am in the second rate right now. Second rate will allow you to pitch a lot harder and come down out of your altitude a little bit. The first rate was kind of maintaining your altitude. The second rate is allowing you to have a better pitching. That way you can come down a lot quicker. And as you can see, I came down a little bit too quick and landed in the grass, but this thing's alright. It is flying. And again, we're just showing you a little bit of the range. Not crazy with it. We kind of went pretty high with it the first time, but this thing can fly. And it does have a signal meter, a voltage meter as well. So if you're getting out of signal, the controller will beep. If your voltage is getting low, your controller will beep. I'm starting to see that a lot on different drones, which is cool, and this one has it. So that's definitely something to keep in mind, something that you really don't have to worry about if you are cruising super high and you're worried about the battery, you're not sure how much battery flight time you have, your controller is going to beep and it's going to let you know, hey, you're getting low battery, you're going to want to bring this down. So definitely keep that in mind. And here we go, we're bringing back towards ourselves. So this got a good flight time. This thing pushed about close to 10 minutes. So you definitely a good flyer. Definitely something to consider for a little bit longer duration here. And here's a really good look at it for you during flight. And there's a look at the altitude hold it maintains, but again, breeze kicks it backward a little bit and it goes backwards. But as far as the altitude goes, it holds. So on Amazon 1 to 5, I'm giving this 5 stars. On a J scale 1 to 10. I'm gonna give this like, I don't know, we're gonna shoot this at like 8.5. 8.5. I gotta test this a little bit further. We gotta fly it a little bit more, and maybe we'll get up to that 10 mark. But Amazon 5-star chart, bam, 5. J star chart, we're giving it